Hey guys, thanks so much for stopping in. I sure appreciate it. It is the end of January. At least I'm filming this on the last day of January. You might see this in a couple more days, but it's now February, so I'm tracking February usages and products now. So we need to talk about how January went, purchases, rebuys, empties, usages, but let's go ahead and get into it. I am frustrated with my lighting situation because my normal light decided to stop working and these keep randomly going out. So I'm really sorry if the lighting is terrible and goofy and annoying. I get it. I really get it. But we need to get this out of the way and get it done. We can handle the lighting for this video, right? We can handle it. Let's go. All right. So let's talk about usages first. Let's get that out of the way. So I use the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator, which I have right here. And yes, we'll talk more in depth about why she's over here in a bit. But as you can see, she is well loved and empty. Spoiler alert. And I used her every single day that I did my makeup. And I did my makeup every day this month. So 31 uses for January on the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. No, I lied. It was not 31 uses. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27 uses. 27 uses. I didn't look further down because it's been a long day. So 27 uses on the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. And then 1 use on the Makeup Forever HD Skin. 1 use on the House Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. I'm tired of all these crazy names for products. The Milani Stick once and Fenty Soft Lit once. So there's your 31 uses for them. I did do my makeup every day this month. I didn't really document it very often because I felt like I did a lot of the same looks with the same products. I didn't document very much. But so we have something we have to talk about now as we move into concealer. I used 2 concealers this month. Y'all are very rare, the Tower28, and I continue to have additional windowing. So like I know there's not a ton left in this, but I'm still pulling out quite a bit of products, so it's making a big fat liar out of me. But I used this one about 13 times, I think. The rest of the month, I was trying to refinish the Fenty We're Even concealer. I say refinish because you're like, hey, Michaela, you took this out of your collection because it was an empty. I honestly thought it was. I actually took this out because I was going to rip out the stopper. If I could, like literally like break this down so that I could scoop some of this out and do just like a little pot for my friend who wanted to try this and she thinks this is her shade. But when I went to do that, I noticed a lot of products came out and I was like, oh, okay, so it's not empty. So I don't know if I accidentally dried it out and then by sealing it up and not touching it for a while, it kind of like fixed itself. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I promise I thought this was empty. But you know, I tried to use it and actually empty it, and I got bored with this. And honestly, this color match, it's shade 150N. It's too light. It's a brightening concealer. I don't love brightening concealers. I like a nice skin tone match. So I was hoping to actually finish it by the end of the month. I didn't, but I'm going to be honest, I really don't want to pan this one because I would be hate panning it. I really would. And I don't want to hate pan this year. So I'm going to keep her. I'm not going to bin her yet as an empty or declutter, but I'm just not going to regularly use her. We'll see if we can organically finish her throughout the year by, you know, reaching for whenever I feel like it. But yeah, I'm a little frustrated with this product overall. But those were the 2 concealers that I used for the entire month. Next, we have bronzer. I had a powder and a cream bronzer that I use. The cream is the Too Faced bronzing stick here. I tried to do more of a visual usage on this one. I twisted it all the way up so I could measure how much of the stick was there so I could see my uses at the end of the 31 days because I did use this every single day I did my makeup this month, so 31 uses. And as soon as I rolled it all the way up, it fell out. So it's broken at the base and it made a giant mess. And so I'm not gonna be able to track usage like that with this particular stick. As I throw it around. So that was a little disappointing, but that's okay. And then the powder bronzer, I set the cream with this one. So I also use this one 31 times. And this is the Makeup Revolution ReLove Trio here. And guys, I did it. I finally hit that waffle pan, and I will give you a more updated and detailed picture, a close-up, but I finally did it. I have been trying to hit that waffle pan for quite some time now. I did it. I'm so excited. But yeah, so 31 uses, and I finally hit that pan, and I will show you a baby pan, like the pan we started with and the pan we ended the month of January on. Blush. I had 4 blushes I touched this, almost said this year, this month, which this year would still actually be accurate. I have 3 powders and 1 cream. I bounced around with the powders. I use them, you know, a little bit here and a little bit there. This one is the Tower28 and Poppy collab. This is their like winter gift set thing, and this is the shade Cranberry Fizz. This one is a warm red, and it is extremely pigmented. I'm still practicing on using the right brush, the right technique, so that it's not an overwhelming blush blindness level blush. But because she is a little harder to work with, I didn't use her as much. I think I used her 2 times, so yeah. And then this one I loved. I used this one quite a bit. 7 times. This is the Tower28 Get Set Blush in Feliz Fresca. This is such a cute cold girl color blush for me. It is described as like a warm, hot pink. It gives that, again, that cold girl, like I've been outside, which I don't need blush to tell me it's cold outside because it's freaking -10 today. But it's super, super cute with, you know, cooler tone eye looks. I really, really like this one. These blushes are my favorite powder formula. And then the other one that I use the rest of the time to set my cream blush was the Colourpop Terran Up My Heart pressed powder blush, and it's kind of like a really neutral. It's the one I'm using today. It's this really neutral peachy-ish blush. I really wanted to hit pan on this, which I know was quite a stretch, but I got quite a good dip going in there. I don't know how well we can see that, but I used that the rest of the time this month when I didn't use the Tower28 blushes. I like this one. It has excellent longevity. I like this one. It's been long since discontinued, and I think I found this at like Marshalls or TJ Maxx. And the last blush of the month is the cream Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Blush in Nude Kiss. And I expanded a pan in this one, y'all. Check that out. That's a nice little pan, huh? I'm pretty stoked and excited. And as much as I really like this product, I do think I want to venture out from it a little bit. So we'll see what I think my stash has already gone up. So you'll know what I went with instead of this one. But it's being held together by a hair tie because the packaging's busted. But yeah, this was really fun to expand or finally hit pan and expand on. So yay, I really like this one. We'll come back to it, I promise. I do want to finish it before the end of 2025, but I just needed a break from it because I've been going at it for months. I use that Milani one every single day. So I have 31 uses on that as well. Palettes. I'll just quickly like scream off the palettes I used this month and then save my top 3 used palettes, which I have next to me. So in no particular order, I used Natasha Denona Golden palette once, the Give Me Glow Teddy Warm version 3 times, the Natasha Denona, the newest palettes, the one where she has the soft and dramatic one. I used the dramatic once, and I used the soft one once. I used the REM Wicked 3 times. Enzy Rain Cold Moon once, which, spoiler alert, I did decide to declutter after that usage. We'll go into that another time. I did use my Morphe, I thought I had it next to me and I do not, the Morphe 35U Gilded Desert palette. I used that once. The Singe Beauty Paisley Hoot palette, which is also what I'm wearing today. I used it twice this month. I love that. It is so wonderful. Angelica Nyqvist just dropped with Singe, the Succulent Dew palette. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I want that one and the Agate Temptation palette so bad. I used the Cosmic Beauty Winter Wonderland palette twice and the Viseart Cashmere palette once. I love the Viseart formula. It is just so buttery smooth. I really want more palettes from them. So I know I'm on a palette low buy this year, but I can almost guarantee you the next time they have a good sale, I might pick up 1, possibly 2 more of them because I love them so much. And then as singles, I use the Colourpop Super Shock Ice Dream once and Colourpop Super Shock in the shade Tassel twice. My 3 most used palettes this month. I used, oh my goodness, she's filthy. I used this one 3 times. This is the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes, the Neutrals. This is the more cool tone version. Yeah, gosh, again, another really buttery Beautiful formula. I really like this one. Every time I use it, I get giddy about my makeup look. I get compliments. So this was really fun to indulge in, and I have a feeling she's going to stick around for a little bit longer. Really like this palette. I wish I'd used it a little more, but I also got really good usage on a bunch of palettes this month, so I feel good about that. My second most used palette coming in at 5 times was Natasha Denona Glam. I created a look with this early in the month, fell in love with it, and I was like, why don't I use this more? So I forced myself to use it, and force is a bad word. I encouraged myself to use it more, and I'm really glad I did because I created some really, really beautiful looks that I really love. They're all neutral. They're all super, super neutral and super casual, but there's just something about the way that these apply and the way they look and the way they perform all day. I really just love this palette. I mean, my lights kind of wash it out because, again, I told you I'm having light issues, but I really, really enjoyed this palette, and I got 5 good uses on this one. And last but not least, drum roll, please. Coming in at 7 uses for the month, the ABH Sultry. Ooh, she's so pretty. Just look at that sparkle. I used her 7 times, and I really just enjoyed a lot of the looks that I created with this one. Again, a super duper neutral palette. I used every shade except Bloom. I don't know how people incorporate Bloom into this color. Bloom is such an awkward shade for me in this palette. I don't understand. I don't love that that's in here. I really don't. I organically came to this 7 times this month, which is really super great. A whole week out of a month that I use this palette, not in a row, of course, but 7 days out of the month. So yeah, this was really great. I do see myself coming back to this really soon. And it was just really fun to use these palettes this month. Okay, let's get into the budget tracking section now, like expenses and empties and everything else. Okay. Makeup expenses. Michaela spent $0 on makeup. Woo, I did it. I did not know by this month. However, I did have 2 products come into my collection. Again, I did not purchase them. And then I have another oopsie daisy. Let me explain. So the 2 products that came into my collection are the e.l.f. Glow Reviver Lipsticks. I got them in shade Rose Latte and Caramel. A family member of mine bought these and did not like them. They actually have like 4 of them. And so I took 2 of the 4. And it's the 2 of the shades that I wanted originally. I do have one other shade that I got for Christmas, and that one is Mauve Mentality. So I did not purchase these, but they did come into my collection, basically brand new. So I did count them as an in product, but not a cost product. I hope that makes sense. However, even with these coming into my collection, I'm still within my goal because I talked about I needed to have 3 out, 1 in for lip products. So that means with 2 additional products, 6 lip products would have had to have gone out, and I did that. We will get there soon. The other product that is in my in category, June of 2025. I was certain I purchased this product. My receipt said I purchased this product. I could never find it. I looked everywhere and everywhere and everywhere, and I came to the conclusion that it fell out of my shopping bag because it's tinier, and I chalked it up because at the time I got it on a super sale from Target, I think for like $2. So I just assumed it was long gone. I moved on with my life. Well, I went to pull out a new purse because it's like super cold outside, so I have really thick jackets, so I needed a purse that could work with thick jackets, and as soon as I pulled that purse down, it fell out of that area where I keep my purses and my shopping bags and stuff. So it's been there this whole freaking time. So it's not a purchase. It's not new. I bought it in June of 2025, but it's another blush. It's the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in the shade Peach Perfect. So I'm counting it in right now because I haven't counted it in my collection at this point, but it was not a non-purchase and I didn't buy it right now. Again, bought it in June of 2025. And I've just found it. So I am going to count it as an in product, even though it's already been purchased, but I went ahead and just added it to my spreadsheets, and I'm like, well, crapola. So I have this product, but it's new in this month, but it's not new. I hope that makes sense. But $0 spent. I'm very happy. 2 products given, 1 found. So that's it for makeup. Let's talk skincare. So the good thing about skincare is I don't have like a stash of it. I don't have a lot of backups until now. But so when I have skincare empties, I do have to purchase. So I did have a lot of empties this month, but that means in turn I had to make some purchases. So some skincare purchases that I made. This is new. This is the Mighty Shield Invisible Blemish Protectant from Hero. This has been an absolute lifesaver. This is what I wanted from pimple patches. I wanted them to cover my fresh pimples so that I could put makeup on it. But of course, if you've ever done that, you know that looks terrible. It just looks terrible. This is what I wanted, and it works very well. I'm very impressed with this product. A very little goes a long way, I've learned. I've had to practice with this. So yeah, I'm really happy with this purchase. No regrets at all. I purchased that one and this one, the Bubble Tinted SPF, at the same time. So these two together in that trip cost me $30. Again, if you're new to my expense tracking, after taxes and shipping, if shipping is necessary, and then round to the next dollar. So this I think was like 29 and some change. So I rounded it up to $30. So $30 in this purchase together for these 2 items. I finished an SPF, and then the last one that I had open I don't love. So I decided to purchase something new so I wouldn't hate my SPF. And I'm really glad I did. This is tinted, yes. And it does leave a little bit of an orangey cast, but it's fantastic when you're using a foundation that might be just a little too light, which is my case today. I really like it though. I really like it, and it's doing a good job. But yeah, my Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator is just a little light for me. So I like to use this with the Wet n Wild, and it creates a perfect shade match, and it's beautiful, and it wears wonderful, and it absorbs quickly. It's not greasy. I've had the Bubble SPF before and really enjoyed it, so I was happy to pick up the tinted version. So those 2 purchases, and then I actually found, so I've been struggling to find the regular non-tinted version of the Bubble SPF for a couple weeks at the time I purchased this. So that's why I got the tinted version. I would not normally have picked it up. But I feel like, because it was out everywhere. The yellow one was out everywhere in every store I went to for weeks. So when I saw it restock, I did buy it. I did buy it. So it's the same thing as this. It's just a non-tinted version. And I know I love this. So I usually go through sunscreens about this size 6 to 8 weeks. So, and this expiration date's not till 2027. So I know I'll use it up. So I have SPFs galore, but I love this one so much and I didn't want to run out again. So I did pick up another one, and this was $17 after tax. I have like maybe a use or 2 left of my current First Step cleanser, my makeup remover cleanser. So I do love La Roche-Posay cleansers. Their oil cleanser's really good. I really like that one. And then I saw they came out with the moisturizing milky cleanser. So I had to have it. I had to have it. It's a pump. I can keep it in the shower. I love that I can keep it in the shower because it just makes taking my makeup off so much easier. So I'm really excited to try this. Haven't used it yet because, like I said, I still have maybe a use or 2 left of my current oil cleanser, but I'm really excited to try this milky cleanser. And it even says, let's see, I'm pretty sure I remember, gently cleanses the skin without stripping skin's natural moisture barrier, ideal to remove makeup from face and eyes. I will let you know soon about this one. Oh, sorry, this was after tax, about 20 bucks. And then my final purchase was a last trip to Ulta. So unfortunately, both of my sons also have the same skin type as me, very dry and eczema prone. And my poor son, my preteen son, his face got so dry that even like his flare-up caused his eyelid to swell, the side of his face to swell. We did see the doctor, and doctor's like, it's just a really bad eczema flare-up because the weather sucks really bad. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. So I actually ended up buying him the Bubble, what was this one? Cosmic Milk, I think. Yeah, Cosmic Silk Hydrating Milky Toner, because I did have him try my Thayer's toner and he really liked it. but he said it looks like a medical bottle, which it kind of does, but Thayer's is my go-to. So I got him this, you know, it's preteen, it's cool, and he's actually really liking it. I put it back in this container just for the sake of this, but he's really enjoying this one. And Ulta was having a buy one, get one 40% off sale, and I was going to need more of my Thayers very soon. So I was like, buy one, get one 40% off. Ended up working out great. He loves this. I love this. We're happy. And then the last part of that purchase was for me. I needed a thicker moisturizer that can replace my Laneige water bank. I love the Laneige water bank, but when you look at the pricing of it compared to other products, I can't justify it anymore. I'm trying to budget. I'm trying to be more financially conscious of my choices. And so, I mean, that's a big part of my makeup journey this year, is not just an excessive collection, but how much money I'm spending too. And this is the first time I'm tracking skincare expenses, and already I'm a little flustered by it. But I picked up the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors plus Phytoceramides. I follow Hydration CEO on Instagram, and she talks about this one quite a few times as thick, rich, heavy, but in the best way. And she's absolutely right. Very thick, not heavy feeling, but definitely heavily moisturizing. I really love this. Oops. I really love this. So compared to my Laneige water bank has a certain smell and bouginess to it that I won't be able to replace. But financially looking at it, a refill pot is 1.69 ounces for $32. This is 3.4 ounces for $22.50. So it's double the product for $10 less. Thank you, Ordinary, for a nice, affordable product. Much appreciated. So between this, and this, I left Ulta at $52. So I'm really, really happy that I'm tracking skincare this year, because looking at all this, it was necessary for us, and it was $119. That's what I spent in skincare. It's $119. So I'm looking back, and granted, at this point now, this toner, let's see, this toner will last me probably the whole year. My other toner is the exact same thing, but it's the 8-ounce bottle, and that lasted me a little over a year. So I probably won't have to buy a toner for a little while. I won't have to buy SPF for a little while, you know, good probably 4 to 6 months. Moisturizers and serums are going to be the only things I have to regularly replace at this point. Maybe makeup remover, depending on this one. But I didn't realize how expensive my skincare is and how much I am spending on it. So I did have a lot of skincare empties, but like I said in the beginning, skincare empties means skincare buys. So the empties are great, but the buys are there too. So I spent $119 on skincare, and that was really eye-opening because I didn't feel like I spent that much. It felt necessary, but yet I'm sitting here going, oh, $119, yikes. But I'm really proud of myself because I bought what was needed and I waited till what I had was empty. So, yay me. Empties! Are we ready for this? Look at this list. Empties! Okay, so let me just go ahead and grab my little basket here and make sure that I account for everything. Okay, so like I said, I really like the SPF from Bubble. The Solar Mate is what it is. This is the non-tinted one. As you can see, it is like, I used every bit of it. I really like that they use the airless vacuum pumps in these. You get everything. I didn't do effort at all. The pump inside of this does that for you. So obviously, you know, this is a repurchase and I love it. I finished the Milani Fruit Fetish Lip Oil in Candy Apple. She is a goner. I did take the stopper out on this one. You know, I'm really back and forth on whether I want to continue taking the stoppers out of lip products. Yeah, there's still a ton of product in there when you take out the stopper, but good Lord, does it get messy. So, but I did finish this one, and I really like the Milani lip oils. I feel like they're getting kind of pricey though, like $12. And I feel like it didn't really last that long, if I'm being honest, but the formula is fantastic. I did finish my Laneige Cream Skin Milky Toner. I do have a refill pack, and I will be refilling this. I've been playing around with different toners to see which ones I like, but I will never be without this one. This is the most hydrating by far, especially at nighttime in the winter. I need this. I do have a pump on this one. I'm going to I think I'm going to switch it back. I really thought I was going to like this pump. I don't think I do. The fine mist is really, really nice. I can see that being nice like in the morning, but I feel like I get less hydration from the pump than I do just popping it in my hand and smacking it on my face. So I don't know. I go back and forth a lot between this and then the regular spout, the pore spout. But yeah, this is an empty. This is one I will never sacrifice. I will always have this in my collection because it is the best by far. So, and it's already been, the refill's already been repurchased. I did finish a moisturizer. This is the e.l.f. face cream. I do have the fragrance-free option here. I got every last bit of her out of there. She's nice. She's really, really nice. She's a great just everyday moisturizer when my skin's in a decent place. I will probably repurchase because I really like the price point being only $14. Moisturizers are getting out of control, I feel like. I'm really getting frustrated with moisturizers, but this is a really great one. I probably will repurchase this one. You probably can't tell what this is, but this was the ABH Brow Definer. This is the one with that triangle tip. I did really, really like this, but I don't like the price point. And I thought that I wasn't going to find a formula that could dupe it. Well, I actually ended up picking up the NYX Fill-In Fluff, which is the same thing as this, and I actually like that one better. This one is a little more waxy, so it's a little bit harder to get the product onto your brows, and I didn't realize that until I tried the NYX one, and the NYX one was so buttery. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I like this one better, and the price, it's half the price point. So while I did like this when I bought it, I have now found an alternative that is cheaper and I like more, so I probably won't repurchase this, but it was good. Product number 2 that I finished is the Tower28 and Poppy Gloss. There is a little bit down there in the corner. I could not get it out. I could not get it out, and I was not going to pull the stopper out on this one. This one was okay. I did like the scent. It's a cranberry scent. But because it's clear and I don't have a lot of pigment to my lips naturally, if I didn't use a color underneath this one, it gave it a very dead look, like I was cold and dead. So I didn't love the shade of this one. The scent was fantastic. The formula was pretty good. I do feel like I went through this one awfully fast. But yeah, that was lip number 2. Lippy number 3 that I finished was the Bare Minerals Mineralist Lip Gloss Balm. Say that 8 times fast. This is another one I did remove the stopper on. She was good. I liked her. I've had her in my collection for quite some time, so it did feel really good to actually empty her out. But yeah, I got just about everything. There's a tiny bit at the bottom. Again, I got tired of fighting it. So that was lip empty number 3, which justified getting one of these into my collection and staying in goal. But hang on, there's more. So a skincare empty here is the Ordinary Niacinamide 10% plus zinc 1%. So I do really like this one, but I think because of the extra zinc 1%, which helps control oil, I think it was actually not helping me as much as it could. So I have since changed the niacinamide formula that I use, and I do feel like it is making a difference. So as much as I like the Ordinary and I appreciate how affordable they are, Good Molecules is the brand I'm currently using, and I've been using some of their products for a couple years now, and I do like them. They're also equally affordable, probably pretty close in affordability to the Ordinary, if not the same. So this was their bigger bottle. I think this is the 1.5. No, this is the 2 fluid ounce bottle. So double the regular size, the jumbo size. If I couldn't find Good Molecules, I would repurchase. Let's just say that. Another e.l.f. skincare. This is the Makeup Melting Balm. I got every last bit of that one out of there too. There's a little spatula. This one's fine. I've just gotten to a point where this one clouds up my eyes, and there's too many other products that don't cloud up my eyes. Not that the cloudiness really bothers me because it goes away pretty quickly. But I just really like pump style options, oils, because I hate trying to scoop this out, put the lid back on to keep the product safe and clean inside, and then trying to like keep the balm in my hand while I'm trying to screw the lid back on. It's totally a first world problem, but when these options exist, it kind of eliminates these. So good, would repurchase, maybe. If these options didn't exist, I would. But yeah, I just prefer pump styles. It's just way easier. Okay, lippy number 4 is the Mega Slicks Lip Gloss from Wet n Wild. She is completely gone as well. Stopper removed. I really, really love this product. I'm learning that I like milky browns and milky pink shades on me. I just really like that muted milky brown, that muted milky pink. They look really nice on me. I really enjoy it. And this formula is really nice, and Wet n Wild's really affordable. So I can really appreciate that. So that was lippy number 4 that I finished for the month of January, which is really exciting. I had so many lip products that were near empty. So I kind of feel like even though I went through 4 lippies, at least 2 of the 4, these 2 were already basically empty when I started them, so I feel like it's kind of cheating, but I have quite a few lip products in my collection that are like that. I'm like, what am I thinking? Why didn't I just finish it? I mean, hello. Good Molecules Discoloration Correcting Serum. Y'all, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with this. This is my 2nd bottle, and Edam has released a color corrector, and I thought about picking that up because I felt like this wasn't doing anything. But I went and looked at my before pictures. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little hesitant to show everybody and put this out there on the internet. I might. I'll slide over to put it up just in case. But I didn't realize how terrible my skin was. I mean, I knew it at the time, but I didn't realize how much it's improved because, you know, you see your skin up close every day. But I had extreme discoloration right in this area, like brownish orangey colors. My dark spots through here were really intense. My melasma up here was really intense. And between this and my niacinamide, it completely corrected the discoloration around my mouth and in my cheek area. It is lightening these dark spots, not a ton, but enough. So I may not need the Edam one. This is doing the job, and it's affordable, and I'm just really impressed. I did not think it was actually doing that much, so that's why before and after pictures are super important, friends. Do those before and afters. So if I decide to show you my befores, you will have already seen them, and then I'll, of course, show you an after, but I'm impressed. So I did repurchase, and I am continuing to use. And these last 2 lip products are declutters, not empties, which put me over that 6 threshold to bring these into my collection without breaking any rules or anything like that, because I had a 3 out, 1 in, so these 2 would make 7. But I decluttered the NYX Fat Oil Lip Drip in these 2 shades here. One is the orangey shade in Follow Back, and the other one is Status Update. And the reason I did that is because they have separated so terribly. Let's see if I can get that in there. But they have separated so terribly, and I cannot for the life of me get them to like I can't stir it up and get them back together. And this one did the same thing right here. Gosh, I'm sorry. I'm working with lights I'm not used to using. But no, that's not going on my lips. I don't like these enough to even try it. So I did declutter. Like I said, I tried to take it off. I took the stopper out. I tried to stir it up because I don't want to dispose of it unless I really feel like it's necessary. But they would not stir up. They're completely separated and they are not going back together. And I just really don't want to put that on my lips. This is not a formula I love enough to risk my lips. So I decluttered. So that means 7 lip products for the month of January going out. And my last empty for January was my Project Pan foundation, and it is the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. Look at her! See all the windowing down here? You can see it all the way through, and the windowing up here. So there is just a little bit of product kind of left down in this area right here. It is not squeezing out though. Like I squeezed it to death. It's not coming out. A little bit of air there. She's not coming out. There's nothing coming out. I just sprayed like a little bit of foundation into the air, but she's not coming out. And I'm not going to cut her up and open her and scrape that last little bit out down here, just simply because the volume of my collection as far as foundation goes is too extreme to waste another 2 weeks. I say waste, but use up another 2 weeks trying to finish this foundation. So I'm calling her an empty because nothing's coming out squeeze wise, and you can kind of like see down into there. There's just nothing in there. It's just a little bit against the walls. But I am going to just go ahead and consider her empty and let her go at this point so that I can move into my next Project Pan foundation. But this was really exciting. I really wanted to not carry her into February, and I happened to finish her on the very last day of January. So that was really, really exciting. Kind of a long video, so sorry about that, but we went through it all. We talked about usage, we talked about empties, we talked about skincare purchases, and my zero makeup purchases, but additions. So yeah, it's been a wild ride. It's been a wild ride, but it's been fun. I'm really proud of myself for not purchasing any makeup this month. It's been really great. I'm really proud of myself. My skincare purchases were pretty eye-opening, but that should diminish here. I should be just moisturizers and serums for the next couple of months anyways. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for hanging in with me, and I will see you in my next video. Probably a wish list video. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm thinking, you know, go through a lot of the things that are on my wish list that I probably can't buy or won't buy, but really want to. But let me know if that is something that might interest you, and I will see you guys in my next one. See you later.